Yeah.
But it's escaping my mind right
Yeah, but kind of what I wanted to get onto was the whole like what was your opinion on the Stormzy Wiley clash? Because I say like in the recent year, that's like obviously the people in the sea we know that's not the biggest thing, but like quote unquote that's like the biggest grime thing that's happened
now. Yeah.
within like the last year or so.
I wasn't really that engaged with it at all.
Yeah,
Didn't really care about it too much. I feel like Wiley sounds old.
yeah,
Bear in mind, Wiley was the first musician I ever listened to, so
mad.
it's not just a thing where I'm not just trying to be like biased against him because he's like.
I get what you mean because I feel like that's why even though when I listen to like both sides, I feel like Wiley was technically better,
Yeah.
but I feel like Stormzy he picked the better productions and he had more clarity as well. And that
Stormzy, I think it's a I think that Stormzy very very clearly demolished Wiley. But
yeah,
I just even I don't know. Like I listen.
but it's like it's his time at the moment, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah,
He's really improved to
Yeah.
as a rapper. So in fact, let me just reword it. I'm not gonna take anything away from Stormzy.
yeah,
I just feel that like I wasn't really that interested in the clash sharing.
yeah,
I also think it was fake.
yeah. No, I
But,
think it might be as well.
Yeah. If it is real, Wiley's finished. He's not good at all. It was so bad.
I feel like the main thing, like now that you just said that, made me think, is that Stormzy proved that he was able to like deal with something
Yeah.
as big as
Yeah.
beef with Wiley in grime.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
That's
not even being worried. Whereas Wiley, he's been doing it for so long
Yeah,
that any of his songs that we listen to, it was just kind of like we know.
yeah. We're
We
used
know-
to it.
we
Yeah,
No,
know
but
what
yeah,
you
he,
get
yeah,
wasn't,
right.
he wasn't a sharp.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, Wiley was the person that told Getz in Nightclub's Dubplate that he hopes that his dead brethren haunts him.
No, you know what it was. I feel Wiley held back.
Wiley held back.
Like obviously,
So,
obviously,
Yeah.
because like really and
Yeah.
truly, he even said it like I can talk about Maya, so I won't. So you know what? I don't know if it was fully like staged, but I know it was. To me, what it looked like from an outside is like Wiley seeing that Stormzy's the quote unquote grime guy, but he's going in a completely different direction. So it's like nah, like this is the thing I started, so it's got to be a thing where like it's being held up in the right regard.
Yeah.
So he's like, you know what? Let me test this guy to see what he's about.
Yeah.
And obviously,
Yeah.
Stormzy passed with flying colour, like he did his thing. But it's like,
Yeah.
I feel like if it was real, Wiley would have gone there,
I'm
innit?
kind of with that.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of
I
with
hear
that.
that. Actually.
Yeah.
That's
No.
why I'm just not convinced
Yeah.
that it's serious.
So like, yeah, like in your opinion, like where do you see the scene now? Obviously, there's these guys at the top. Then there's like the underground scene. You got your alternative artists. So like, where like, what is the scene at the moment? Like, in your opinion?
Me and anyone that I'm making music with or anyone I'm friends with,
Yeah.
anyone all the people at the Keep Hush
Yeah.
that we did on the 7th, that is it. That is it.
Yeah.
To be honest, there's nothing else
Yeah.
that exists. There's a few people
Yeah.
doing their thing that maybe people don't know. There's the not scram scene.
Yeah.
There's that too for real. But in terms of London,
Yeah.
it's just us. Myself, BK Rapper, Secundus, people like Potentially Cold, Kibo, Etienne.
Yeah.
In London, that's all that exists right now because everything else is just it's tired. And I think that you can judge a lot of these things by the kind of audiences that different events attract.
Yeah.
If you go into a lot about naming names, 'cause I've named enough names today.
But we love the naming of names, man. I feel like, you know what, like obviously we're a podcast and like there's a lot of podcasts out there.
Yeah.
And like my whole aim with this was like it's just an honest platform
Yeah.
because I feel like a lot of these shows there's people in the industry and like they've got friends in it, so they wanna be as PC as possible. But I think in order to move things forward, you have to
Be honest.
be honest and yeah, you have to
And
be.
also as well, like,
Yeah,
I realised last year that no one in music is going to beat me up.
yeah, you're a big guy still, fam. I can't even lie. You're a very big guy. You're a big guy.
I'm not taking it too far. I'm not
Yeah,
going crazy.
yeah.
Being like, that person's a fucking dickhead.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
It's like, I don't rate that platform.
Yeah.
that person's kind of backward.
Yeah.
It's not personal.
Yeah.
It's just more about their creative output. So
Yeah.
if they were to try and fight me, they're finished. But they're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
You're gonna try and fight me for what?
Yeah.
I said that you're kind of backward musically.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm backward musically. I'll just count up. But like, not so. I just realized that last year no one is going to beat me up, so I'm fine.
Yeah.
You know.
No, you're a big guy still.
My good behavior.
And what you're saying isn't rude. It's just like it is what it is. To me, anyway, it is what it is. It's like yeah, like for things to move forward, you've got to have you got to have debates. Like, otherwise, as we said in it, I feel like that's why the scene's a bit like, other than you guys, it's a bit stagnant at the moment.
Yeah. But the point I was making before was you can tell what's happening because if you look at the audiences at each of these events.
Yeah.
And what they bring in. If we're looking at a lot of these like traditionalist grime people, you go to their nights, it's just like predominantly men.
Yeah, fam.
Straight.
I said the last thing on Sorry But Rude Kids event. I went.
Yeah.
There was just hella man, so I was like, you know what? Like the vibe is just not for me.
Yeah.
So let me just leave and like.
Just predominantly straight.
Yeah.
Straight white. Maybe like 60% white guys.
Yeah.
40% black guys.
Yeah.
That's it mainly. Every now and then there'll be like a token goal.
Yeah.
Maybe someone's goal.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't feel inclusive.
Yeah.
Like any of these events that 237 are putting on.
Yeah. You guys.
Yeah. Just you.
Even like NTN, as you said.
Yeah. You look around.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, this is. It's not even about we get goals like our music. It's not like that. I don't mean like that. I mean it's just a better.
You know what it is? They probably feel comfortable there, innit? So it's like they're gonna go.
It's a better reflection of what London actually looks like.
Yeah.
It's not just like one demographic. It's very open. It's like it's not everyone. People, whole groups of friends will come there. You know, all kinds of people. And it's way more inclusive. There's people who dress a lot nicer. There's people who are into a lot more different types of music. It just reflects what London actually looks like.
Yeah.
And that's how you could tell where grime is actually focused. Because to me, if it's got to a point where you're going to the show, it's just men.
Yeah.
Between like age 25 and 35, that's not what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be fun and youthful and inclusive. And
fam, if UK drill can attract girls, grime can surely do the same thing. That says something.
Actually go to drill events.
Yeah, well, I went to Heady One's show and it was literally like, it was mad. Like,
and people say this music is violent. Girls won't be into this. Everyone will be into it.
Yeah.
It's a bit more fresh.
Yeah.
And that's what grime people in grime don't understand.
Yeah.
Because they think that you don't want to make girl tune, don't want to make girl tune,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. It's just backward because really and truly, you should be making tunes for men or women or anything. Just make tunes, and if you keep it fresh and you keep it, creative, you'll attract all kinds of people.
Yeah.
You're not just gonna come here and it looks like some flipping dick measuring contest.
Yeah.
Like at all these flipping shows where guys are like, just mad stiff. Even if you look at the way the crowds move, these events compared to like other events.
Yeah.
In the back, the traditionalist brand people's events, you go there, guys are relatively mad stiff, aside from like a gun finger, screw face. That's it. Like,
why come out to be stiff?
Yeah, man. So I'm sure like there's many examples on YouTube. If you want, just look at the key punch I did last year. Yeah. Virgil and Kish's one.
Oh yeah, no, I was there when you said. But yeah. No, you're preaching that night.
Like
you're preaching.
Many people in grime put on a show like that.
No, you went that was a sick night. I can't even lie. It was a sick night. Proper enjoyed that.
Like then if you look at the crowd, I don't even remember.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like that's what I rate your events. Like even I said Keep Us before. It's like you feel like it's a representative. Like this is what South London is. Like you got your every type of person basically, which is what it should be.
That's how it's supposed to be. This whole like exclusive. Yeah. Yeah, only my man can come thing.
Yeah.
Everyone's screwing. Ask people in grime how they are. They'll frown at you. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Because they think they smoke too much bad weed. And they don't interact with human beings. And that's how a lot of them are.
Yeah.
I don't want that around me. I don't want to be in those environments. I want to have a nice environment that makes people feel at home and relaxed, and that you could bring anyone.
Yeah.
That isn't
Yeah. So kind of to like. So what would you say is like? Now, first of all, let me ask: are you aiming to make your music popular or mainstream? Like, is that an aim?
No, not at all.
So, but
It will
basically,
do it just because-
how do you think you can transfer this scene onto the next stage? Like, what's that stepping
being
stone?
open, listening to lots of different kinds of music,
Yeah,
taking influence from it, and organically applying it to what you're doing.
yeah,
Being ambitious
yeah,
and having good quality control as well. That's how it gets done.
yeah. No, 100,
The quality control is something that a lot of people
Yeah.
get because they
100.
Trust.
because a lot of it, yeah, like a lot of the stuff I do is like people might say is like extravagant or whatever.
Yeah,
But a lot of it just comes down to good quality control,
yeah,
so that the shit doesn't reach people. So they're just getting the good stuff. They're
Yeah.
getting like,
The blessing.
they're getting it trimmed and refined. What I'm actually giving to them, the curation of my image, the curation of my sound.
yeah. Like I messed with the song you dropped with Snowy last year as
Thank you
well.
very
Yeah.
much. Like,
How did that link up come about as well?
I met Snowy a few years ago at Radar
Sick.
because the NTN guys they know him.
Yeah,
And then I remember I just messaged him and I was like, "Would you like to be on this song?" And then he sent the verse back so quick. And at first, because it wasn't like a traditional grime song, I underestimated Snowy, man.
Yeah.
I stepped on it a little bit. I was thinking, what's he gonna do? And I was like, this verse is better than my verse.
mad.
So,
But he can't. It's the beat's your style. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And when you hear Snowy, he's usually more in the traditional style.
no, but he's so
Yeah.
sick now.
That's-
you heard the set he did with Oblid last year.
No, I heard he dropped a song like a couple months
He's
back.
so-
Yeah,
That's why when I talk about
yeah,
grime,
yeah,
I'm like
yeah.
denouncing people.
You said the
Just
not
one
scene,
people.
yeah,
The
yeah,
not
yeah. The
scene.
not
To be honest,
scene, yeah,
outside the Manny scene as
yeah.
well.
Midlands, Manchester, yeah.
But
It's
not
popular.
particularly is ridiculous. Knots is ridiculous, man.
Yeah, there's a couple guys out there.
Window Kid,
Yeah,
Snowy,
yeah. There's a couple man out there doing music. I feel like like they're like just being.
Kaiser.
They're on a free thing, innit? When
Yeah.
you're on a free thing, it's always gonna be better.
Yeah, it's just so much better. They're just more interesting.
Yeah.
as well. They're just better MCs.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I think the quality control is so poor in London. You see the Kids Grime thing.
I was there. That's the event I'm talking about. Yeah. And that's why I left because I could see where it was going.
80% of the MCs on that set were garbage.
I didn't watch the set to be fair, so
No,
I don't
it's so
know.
bad.
Mad.
God, it's so bad. It's like there's good people on there.
But I feel
There's
like
people I really
yeah.
I enjoy. Like
that's like
Yeah.
a picture of what we were kind of talking about, of how like when you're just too trying to be in one way, it's never gonna work.
it's finished.
Yeah.
I was asked. Funky D asked me to come down there,
Yeah,
and I was busy on the day.
Yeah.
I was busy on the day, but I'm really happy that I didn't go.
yeah. Nah, it wasn't the
Aside
vibe.
from his-
Yeah.
him-
Obviously, he had the viral moment, and
That
yeah,
killed me. That was the best bit.
yeah, he had the viral
That
moment
was
still.
so funny. Like he's a legend for that. But aside from that, there was nothing else that was even good. Even the selection was kind of dead.
Yeah,
I don't think Ricky was even. I don't think he was on form at all.
yeah,
It was a really boring set. Really bad. Really, the worst grab set I've ever seen.
yeah, man. Is it even like being there? I could feel like the energy. There was something that went right. Yeah,
Yeah, just like, everyone. And the thing is as well, like no one wants to even bob their head when other people are spitting.
yeah. It's an ego thing. I
They're
think
so,
it's an ego
so,
thing.
so obnoxious and like so self-centered when it comes
Yeah.
to like performing in terms of grime sets. When they don't know people, they'll just be like screwing up face and.
You know what it was that I've realized is too many MCs in that kind of setting.
Yeah.
You need like maybe like 5-6 MCs and like 30 just like
And
normal.
very max.
Yeah.
Why do you have?
Yeah, you can't have 30 MCs
30
and like 10
MCs.
people like coming to the show.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, the ratio is
To
mad.
be honest, I think there were probably more.
Yeah,
Last
there
time
probably
I
was
there
more.
were so
Yeah,
many people.
like the vibe is always good because obviously as an artist you always have that kind of no, I'm the best.
No,
Most
but-
artists have that thing. I feel like,
Man, you just have to know. You have to pick your.
and I feel like in grime that's like it's at its height.
Yeah, but it needs to get lowered because they were so bad.
Yeah.
Some of them were so rubbish. Like
Yeah.
how you spitting bars about the same thing the last person just spat.
But you know,
You don't even know the person.
it's like a reflection of what we were talking earlier and the narratives society like kind of makes people gravitate towards.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's why then it leads up to event like this, and events like this, music like this just can't make the culture because lacks too many things, too many components to it.
Yeah,
It just doesn't have that authenticity anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas like grime at its, because the situation is pretty much the same in France. Yeah, I come from France. I come from Paris.
Yeah.
Except that in Paris we don't even have grime, and we don't have like Skeptas or Wileys that just like built a whole alternative narrative at some point.
Yeah.
So like the icons of rap in France of late 90s, early 2000s, they just kind of like some live in Miami or some shit.
Yeah, it's an
like,
American
just,
thing.
like,
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's just Americanized.
Yeah.
And so the whole kind of big climate is in the same vibe where you go to shows, and even when you have girls, it's just like, I don't know, like 70 white dudes like mosh pitting offbeat in the middle of the
That's
fucking
what
room.
grime is.
That is what grime is now. Yeah. True.
It's just boring, man. It's just
boring.
It's like, this is not creating the sound. This is just
True.
like following the pattern because it's comfortable. And I can't do that. That's boring, man.
Yeah.
Music is so fun when you are free and open. It's fun.
True.
So fun.
True. Well, so how was your own creation? Because obviously, for those who haven't seen as well, as we said earlier in the podcast, we had M.I.C around this time on last year.
Yeah.
And that's when he was kind of first giving us clues about Dust Runner season. And we kind of got like clues to dates that didn't really seem to come to fruition and that.
I'm moving like Prez T, but different.
Yeah, fam, I was even...
You got moving like, you know when
I was even a
Series
bit...
Returns. Series Returns coming out. Listen, no, I can't do that, man. I can't. I'm very much into giving people dates, but now I'm just like, not yet.
But what is the hold up on it? What's like the process anyway?
Let's just say that it will make sense why I've
Yeah.
taken so long in 3 months.
Yeah.
It will make sense as to why everything's taking so long. Because I can't release Heaven is Black and then release something worse.
I get
Or
you.
even the same.
You know what it's like? I can't lie. This is a bit off topic, but it's like, you know when you've had a girl and she's nice, it's like, your next thing can't be deader. Your next thing can't be deader. It's like you're in your head, you got that girl in the back of your head, you're like, nah, my next thing can't be worse than my last one.
I'm trying to like objectify the girl.
No, I'm not in a this is like in a free space kind of way. Like same for a girl. When if you got a man, you don't want your next man to be deader. Yeah. Wait, I'm better than that guy.
The looks in it, just the mentality
Yeah,
and everything.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just
having the same problem.
The person has to be.
anything's got to be progressive, innit? That was the point in
So
that.
I can't just make. Because Heaven is Black is really good, but if I just release something that was as good as Heaven is Black, people would be like, I like it.
Yeah.
But I want people to hear stuff we're doing and be like, this is ridiculous. I understand why it took so long now. This is much better than Heaven is Black. Or this is much more, this is going in a crazier direction. Like there's a few songs.
Yeah.
I can't give too many details away, but just there's a few.
But wait, is the project finished?
I ain't gonna know about anything. But I can just tell you that there are songs that exist that I've made that you're gonna be hearing very soon. Songs that I've made with people like Secundus, with PK Bracco, with KK Metal as well. That's my cousin.
Sick.
Like, entered the fold in terms of the producer side around me.
Yeah.
If
it's not one of those three, I can't work all the stuff, to be honest.
Mad.
I can't. That's to be either KK, PK, or Secundus. But yeah, there's songs we made that are just
mad.
People hear and like, I'm never gonna be able to have this nerve hit by anything that's not made by one of these guys.
Mad, that's lit.
So you have to come to us. Like, I'm not gonna be able to get this vibe from anything else. Nothing's gonna be able to provide it. He's gonna be able to hit what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
And is there anything you want to get out there about your music creation now, or like that Dusk Runner kind of vibe, or?
We're still with the nighttime theme. Still with the nocturnal references. Still with, because I was like, I remember when someone put it out to me. I was like, all your covers, on my EPs,
what's that dark kind of?
all all nighttime scene.
Yeah, mad.
So you're going to Read the Sun, taken at night, from the photo for that. The photos that were put together to make Revenge for Colonialism were taken in the nighttime too. Heaven's Back obviously is like a nighttime scene.
Yeah.
And it's like, we'll wait for it because I was thinking like we can get deeper into it, man.
Yeah.
There's some really amazing music that's been made. Like I don't know that I'm gonna just give you this. I'm not spoken to anyone about this on an interview podcast. But
Jeez.
I made a song with KK. We made it over the course of the 7 days. The 7 days leading to my birthday,
Sick.
and it was the first song I performed at the Keep Hush.
Oh, mad. Yeah.
And the instrument wasn't even really mixed properly, but like the song is basically talking about. It's what when I'm talking about trying to channel the spirit of like experimentalism into grime to reinvigorate it again.
Yeah.
Like I was the song is basically the song we made. I'm not gonna say the name yet because it's too soon.
Yeah.
But the song is about dating someone.
Yeah.
And then being ghosted by them.
Yeah.
And comparing that feeling, the grief you experience, to being haunted.
Oh, that's cheeky.
And so KK made the instrumental in like 2 days. Like and just refined it over like 5 days after. And I wrote the lyrics the first day and I just memorized them.
Sick.
Until the Keep Hush. Memorizing every day. I was like working on other stuff. I was like memorizing these. I was trying to remember these lyrics, and it's like I just wanted to make something that just like, because it is a similar feeling, you know, like having someone abruptly leave your life, whether it's through death, or whether it's through them just vanishing from you. And I was like, I need to put this feeling. I had my own little thing going on, and the person just vanished. I was like, I've got to put these feelings into a song. So like that, the song concepts, the execution of it, the production, everything that we're doing now is super. It's like we've taken the avant-garde by the horns now.
That's sick.
And it's like I don't know, man. Like the song concept, like Heaven's Back had some crazy song concepts, but the song concepts we're working with, the ideas in terms of like music, production wise, and like vocally, lyrically, are unbelievable now. There's not a single UK artist that I would say that has come close. Like Cass obviously is not another one. Maybe he's up there, but consistently like what we've been doing over the last like couple of years. All this music that we've been accumulating. Is just making song ideas in terms of the production and lyrics that I've never been done before. Mad. Like who's made a song about being ghosted but preparing it to being haunted and then relating it to like to keep it like the nighttime theme. No one's ever done it.
I feel like the closest thing is Skepta on Bullet from a Gun. I feel like that was a relatable tune. That because I've like even what you're talking about and that feeling of like it's kind of objectification when I think about it, but everyone's had that feeling where it was just your turn where to go kind of thing. And I feel like when you hit them kind of like them nerves and like them song topics that just relate to like a wide variety of people,
but
it's
that I just because there's all I don't know. I like to be relatable. But I also like to give people things they don't expect. Always. Because even with Heaven is Black as a release, it was deliberately made so that there were it subverted expectations about how you might think it could go. Maybe in another person's release, Quay would be the last song. After an EP of all hype songs. True,
you know. Like the outro.
It probably wouldn't have had an outro like Empyrean. It's just an ambient piece. Like the kind of I haven't really heard a song that has the kind of production that Afro-Funk Atlanta has. To be honest, aside from Lil Uzi.
Big up Lil Uzi.
Barely, but like still.
They still put like.
To be honest, I think when Secundus made it, he was trying to make a Lil Uzi beat, a Lil Uzi tune.
Is it based on the Hocus Pocus game?
I'm from Atlanta.
The instrumental?
Which game is that?
Nah, it's like an old game my dad used to let me play. Yeah, like I'm talking, you know, the square things.
Game Boy.
Nah, not even on the computer that you before the CDs that you'd put in.
Oh yeah. Floppy disk.
Yeah. This.
Nah,
No,
that's a throwback.
The instrumental. I just asked Secundus to make an instrumental that was evocative of like old Super Nintendo games.
Yeah, well,
So to
that
have
was
like
the
a big
feel.
crush melody in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To use that kind of digital distortion on the melody, and then he just did it.
Sick.
And then he made it like mad, like Lil Uzi Vert sounding. In terms of like, I think he probably based it on what's that? You know, is it 444 plus 666
Yeah.
plus 222?
Oh yeah.
by Lil Uzi
Yeah,
Vert?
that's a big tune.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure that was like the main instrumental inspiration.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, just know there's a reason why stuff's taking so long.
Sick.
There's a reason why last year all I released was birthmarks.
Yeah, true. That is true.
I was thinking like.
Yeah, that is true.
I would hate to be one of those people that is quantity over quality.
Yeah.
That's so dead. I hate to be someone that's releasing a song every 2 months. And I'm doing that for 3 years. That's hell. That is hell.
Yeah.
No. Just take.
Well, rather release no tunes at all.
Yeah, honestly, I'd rather release one song a year than do that. Like,
That's good though, because it's like, yeah, I feel like that's the main issue with the industry now. It's like,
oversaturation.
yeah, and I feel like when you just, it's just the same topics, man. It's just like, yeah, you can't, like before you even turn on the song, you know what you're gonna hear.
Yeah.
And I think when it's reached that stage, it's an issue because you always want the unexpected. Like everyone likes a surprise.
Yeah.
Everyone does.
They don't.
Yeah.
They like surprises. So
Yeah.
I'm happy you said that.
Yeah. Everyone, man.
And you know, it's precisely because of that feeling that the whole system works.
Yeah.
Because even like guys like us that are looking for something, like consciously looking for something unexpected and everything,
Yeah.
we end up like streaming all of these songs still and like, you know, making the wheel like.
Yeah. Because while you're looking, you're gonna go through the trash. You're gonna go through like the stuff that's alright. You know, you're gonna go through that's good.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna.
That's part of being a music listener.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Surprises. And good ones and bad ones.
Yeah. It's like the hustle of it.
Yeah, that is it. It's part and parcel of it, man. Like not everything you try food wise you enjoy the taste of.
Yeah, true.
You shouldn't not eat.
Yeah.
Including
in the shit that you cook yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So like, I still want to always keep that when people put on a song of mine, they hear, oh, look, M.I.C's released a new song. I don't want them to think they know what it's gonna sound like.
Yeah.
Or to put it on and be like, I really did not expect that.
That's the best. That is the best feeling in the world when you put on a song, you expected one thing, but the other things to the left, and it's good as well. That's like the best feeling.
Yeah, it is.
That is the best feeling.
You're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm like in my time listening to music. I've listened to like a lot of music that is very out there.
Yeah.
And I just love
Kanye. I feel like Kanye West is the guy with that. Like, he's the guy that like, even if you hate it, you're like, you know what? I respect you for even just going left.
I was listening to Dark Twisted Fantasy.
One of the best albums of all time, by the way.
It's so good.
Like
Crazy.
10 out of 10.
Racist.
Yeah.
So
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Alright.
Even like the movie. Did you ever watch the movie he made about it?
I saw a little bit of it on
Fam,
BET.
it's not on YouTube.
You gotta eat
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
minutes of it, fam.
No, when it got released, when did it get released?
I think just on
Yeah,
YouTube, you know.
yeah,
I literally I saved it on my favorites.
Yeah, me too.
And like, sometimes I just used to watch it, just like,
Trust me.
cause like it's just, it's as you saying, it's a piece of artwork that's just like, it's not your norm, innit? It's like my man, like he soundtracked his songs to like a short movie, and I don't know any artists that are doing that. Like you soundtrack your music.
The way he did it, yeah, like to the full extent that he did it.
Yeah.
Starring in it himself.
Yeah.
Just like being as bold in the visual experimentations as he was.
Yeah.
As he was in the sound.
In
of
the
it.
songs, yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. I just love to know that. I don't know. I just love music. I love being surprised.
So like in the last year, what would you say have been like your favorite songs or like your favorite projects?
I'm just gonna speak.
Yeah.
Keep speaking until I'm running out of things to talk about.
Okay, go, just go.
I'm gonna give myself.
Streamline.
I'm gonna give myself.
Streamline of consciousness.
I'm gonna give myself.
He's putting a timer on right now, man.
4 minutes.
This guy. Bless you.
Thank you very much. So Igor, every song on that. Igor by Tyler, amazing. I got into Georgia and Muldrow recently.
What type of music is that?
You just need to listen. She heard her first on the Blood Orange album like 2 years ago, Negro Swan, and listen to her actual stuff.
Oh
She
yeah.
released 2 albums last year.
Oh yeah, Blood Orange is sick, man.
Yeah,
I fuck with his Cupid Deluxe.
Yeah.
Negro
What's the
Swan,
one he
yeah.
released last year? What project was that? I listened to
I
that.
feel like it was Black
The
Swan.
mixtape.
No, Negro Swan was the one
The
in
mixtape.
2018. The mixtape he released.
Oh,
That's
okay,
so
okay.
good,
I was
man.
really into that one.
Blessed my summer.
So beautiful. Also, his classical album, Dev High is the guy behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
His classical album came out last year. Also really good.
Yeah.
Highly recommend. I can't remember. I'll find the name of it later.
Yeah.
What else have I listened to? I've listened to some of music that's been released.
Yeah, anything, man.
Bear Lovers Rock. Lately.
Oh yeah. You know, an album I gotta recommend for you is Travel Light by Children of Zeus. So they're like a duo out of Manchester.
Yeah.
But
I'll come on to that one.
yeah.
I just try to listen to like a different album I've never heard every day. So.
Yeah.
Okay, what other albums? I've been listening. What other music even? I've been listening to. Have you ever heard of Poppy?
Poppy.
Yeah.
No.
Poppy is like.
Not popcorn.
No, Poppy is like. She is. Basically, she makes like pop music,
Yeah.
but it's like really. There's a lot of metal influence in there, so it's just like mad. It's like experimental metal mixed with like J-pop. So that's her. I've been listening to. What's time do you have?
Fam, good.
I've
The
been
streamer.
I've been listening to.
Yeah, we got time. Like who in the Bjork?
A lot,
Sick.
especially the last few months when I was going through that little moment when I was making that song I mentioned earlier with KK. I was listening to Bjork a lot actually.
Yeah.
Because her album Born in Cura is a good breakup album. So I was channeling a lot of those feelings of like her into this, into what I was doing. What else? Give me 1 second. I'm really.
Yeah, just go through the Apple.
My eye started to rate lately as well.
Oh yeah, she's wavy.
After this, I got to get a tissue by hook or by crook because my nose is running so.
Fam, you know what?
Music and Road.
Oh.
Fam, one of the best albums released last year.
Music and Road.
Trust me.
Music and Road. The title track is one of the best things I've heard in a while. It's so beautiful. Jovial, did you know her?
I feel like the name sounds familiar. No worries,
You're a
man.
lifesaver.
No worries.
She's from North London. She makes like art pop. My friend Amira, who played the violin at the beginning of my keeper set, plays in her band.
Sick.
Which is really good. I've been listening to this metal band from the States called Blood Incantation. They basically just make songs about space.
Mad.
But it's like mad, beautiful, technical death metal. I've been listening to Vegan.
Mad.
His album last year was one of my favorite albums that I released. FK Twigs' album as well.
Yeah.
Fallen Alien is one of the best songs that came out last year, hands down. I've been listening to Pop Smoke and a lot of US drill. New York drill has been sucking for me lately.
Man, like Fabio Foreign.
Ross Swish, his mixtape, Look What They Started, or whatever it's called, is so good. Okay, I've got like 20 seconds. I've been listening to a lot of JP Mafia. His album was really good too.
Yeah.
Came out last year. Shit. I recently got into Open Mic Eagle as well.
Sick.
Yeah, rapper from Chicago. He wrote a whole album about like the gentrification of the project that he grew up in.
Mad.
And how it got demolished. Really, really beautiful. Shit. And okay, the last thing I'm gonna say is someone else I got into was. I really enjoyed Nazi for his album.
Oh yeah, that was a banger. But yeah, like kind of the last topic that I wanted to get into is a bit of a deep one, but I'll do the intro for it. But yeah, like obviously a couple months back, Blue Story came out. Like, and you know what, like it is a movie for like us man them that have grown up in the ends that, or black youths if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a good movie, but my only issue of it was just like, it's like we've seen this story a lot of times, and I feel like, you know what, like I don't feel like the writers or like the filmmakers are bad because they are actually telling their stories.
Yeah.
The issues with the people who are like produce, yeah, or the people who are getting it into like the mainstream, like
the people who are
commissioning it, yeah, because it's like there's not only one type of black person in London or in the UK or in Europe, like there's different forms in it. So obviously I saw through your Instagram as well, you kind of had a thing about like the kind of like
Hollywood needs to stay away from just this obsession with like
yeah,
torture porn.
yeah.
I think that because for me, I'm very, as I mentioned before, there's a lot of things I'm just not connected with.
Yeah.
Like I didn't watch Blue Story.
Yeah.
I haven't really watched Top Boy at all.
Yeah.
I watched it, the series past.
Yeah.
That's not to deride them.
Yeah.
I might get there eventually, but I wasn't like too actively excited to watch them.
Yeah.
Just because it just doesn't interest me.
Yeah.
How many hood dramas can you tell? How many hood dramas can you
Yeah.
share? I get the issues not with the people actually creating the stories, not with the actors. I'm happy to see that they're making money.
Yeah.
It's good to see black faces in cinema generally. But I also just wish that there was just more interesting plot lines. I want to see like some horror.
Yeah.
Some black horror. I want to see some black British horror. I want to see
Yeah.
some black British sci-fi. I want to see like real comedy. Like I want to see all kinds of shit. Like I want to see stuff that I just want to see a wider spectrum.
Yeah.
And it doesn't all need to be good. Some of it can be shit, but because you know, like white people make shit for films all the time.
Yeah.
No one gets onto them for it.
Yeah, I feel like you just gotta have that fearlessness. That's what will drive you in.
It's not even just fearlessness. It's also the white creatives, the white heads of the British arm of Hollywood need to actually move with the times.
Yeah,
they don't want to move with the times. They just want to tell the same stories.
Yeah,
like Kidulthood was fresh when it came out.
Trust, that was one of my favorite films.
15 years later, how you can't be telling the same story.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean? Like, there has to be something. There has to be. I would love to see. And to be honest, there's people doing it already. Like, I'll put you onto her now.
Yeah.
Rhonda Robinson. We had
her
with film a few months ago.
Sick.
And she's like this young black girl. She's from Bristol.
Sick.
She's living in South London now. And she made a short film about where it was like a horror film.
Yeah.
But it's where the black girls are the aggressors.
Mad.
And it's just something fresh.
Yeah, I'll watch that, man.
I need to see something else. That's not the same.
Yeah.
Like these hood dramas, that it's good. Honestly, again, it's good that they get earning money.
Yeah.
It's good that black faces out there. Someone has to do it first before something like, you know, you can't have Get Out in the UK.
Yeah.
So soon, maybe, but it would be nice if it did.
Yeah.
You know? If there's like, imagine there was like a British Jordan Peele.
I feel like we're ready for that, you know. I feel like we're for sure ready for that. Yeah.
They just need to commission something.
Yeah.
I need to see it happen. I need to see it materialize.
What's crazy with Hollywood is that there's always like kind of an alternative branch that manages to like make big budget movies.
Yeah, there's the independent film lane.
The thing, and often when you're like lower down the rainfall, the waterfall, it's like there's not that money anymore. Like in Europe, whether it's in the UK, in France, there's not really these movies that still are big budget with great actors and everything, and still stand up for something that's different or like a meaningful message or something that's left, like something that's gonna challenge people and shit.
Yeah,
that's what's
for sure.
We do that same thing we just did, but for music, but for film.
Yeah, good.
For those who don't know, I actually love film so much. I watch a lot of analysis videos about films on YouTube.
Yeah, but I feel like Get Out was one of the best films I've seen in the last recent years.
Yeah,
just because it was like, it's like your kind of quintessential black story, but like flipped on its head.
Yeah.
even like
To me, it didn't even feel. It didn't even feel quintessential. It just felt. It felt so. I was like, this is a horror film.
Yeah.
But this wasn't like scared.
Yeah.
But I was also thinking this is the most horrifying thing. Because
Yeah.
This is definitely happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe not as like
mentally it's happening.
But it's happening in some capacity. I even think it's happening.
Yeah.
I even think that they're getting black bodies and they're doing stuff with
Mad.
You know, like
what they used to, man. It's like
this
DiCaprio character in Django, like
Yeah.
when he takes the skull, shows.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Still.
They're probably still doing something like that. So I saw Get Out. It's like this is the horror film, but it's probably happening.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'll set the timer.
Yeah, I feel. Yeah, whilst you looking at, just interrupt me. But yeah, I feel like that's what the best stories do. They kind of tap into a bit of truth.
Yeah.
It's like comedy. The best comedians, they're funny, but it's funny because like I've been through that as well.
Yeah.
That's why it's funny because like you can kind of relate to it.
Yeah, it's human.
Yeah, so I feel like that's always gonna be the best. But yeah, like I watched Top Boy, I watched Blue Story. I feel they're good, but it's just like we've seen it before. We need different stories, and I feel like America, just because there's been a longer history of black people in America, they're further on now. You've got the Get Out, you've got the Us was a really good film as well. Actually, yeah.
The thing is, Britain has a very understated history.
Yeah.
Here as well. But,
but the funny thing is, like the biggest actors in America, the biggest black actors in America are British, which is the maddest thing. Yeah, Idris Elba, Daniel Kaluuya. Yeah. You got you had a guy that what was his name again? Chitwell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you got a big batch of them. Obviously, Michael Ward now, the new UK guy, he's doing bits. So like you got a strong batch of like UK leading actors in it, so they just gotta redirect the energy back in our direction.
It's true.
You know what was good? Last thing actually, Idris Elba, he made like a TV series about his life growing up in London.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, you should watch that. It was on.
Is he Sierra Leone?
Yeah, I'm from Sierra Leone as well, so I gotta big that up.
Yeah, I'm feeling.
Yeah.
He's half Ghanaian, isn't it? Half
Ghanaian, yeah. So he kind of told the story of how like, because he DJs now, but that was like actually his first love. Yeah. Because basically he had I think every African person has had this. You have like an auntie or uncle. They come for a few weeks, but they end up staying for like years basically. But like he had that quintessential uncle. Yeah. And he's the one that ended up getting him into DJing. So like he was DJing as a kid, that was his first thing, and then obviously acting was the thing that like bust him, and then now you see him DJing like in Ibiza and all of that. So it's like, but yeah, that's a sick series. Like it's just the story of like his young life basically. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's good to see.
Yeah, and I feel that's an example of a UK black story that's not the gangster story. Yeah. It's like, you got DJs that are in the scene. You got like people want to be actors. You got people want to be alternative rappers, not your typical rapper, but they're just your normal guy, but they rap as well. So it's like, there's definitely different stories out there.
Mm-hmm. There's the black people are so varied.
Yeah.
Because as I mentioned before, even when you think that they're similar to each other or whatever, or even if someone who seems stereotypical, they're not. Yeah. We are not just some homogenous organism. A homogenous group like this. Yeah. There's so much variety. There's so much life. There's so much. It's not what people think it is. You know? Yeah. It's not just a mass of grey.
And I feel like it's what like I even got from the EP Heaven is Black. Like it's just kind of a redefinition of the broadest themes you can put in a song, kind of. And just like bring it back to the real. Still, you get that grime energy, but you bring it something that's just deeply personal at the same time and everything. And it's just making it real. Like it's not even just all conceptual.
Yeah.
It's not even like experimentation as let's say white traditional music would like get to it.
Yeah.
It gets some of that grime experimentation spirit, some of that, but at the same time, conceptually in all the definitions, all the frames, you're kind of like bringing it back to, I don't know, to something
it feels
that I could
close.
feel
It feels
into.
like,
Yeah.
I don't want it just to feel like, I don't know, anyone, literally anyone could make a song about, I beat your girl, I do that, like, it's just, I don't know, it's not, I'm not gonna even say it's boring, but I just can't do it because I'm not a bad boy. I've never been a bad boy. I've never shot. I've never been a shotter. I've never been violent. I haven't got a criminal record. I'm not a bad boy. I've lived in like poor. My family are poor. Yeah. But I've spent a lot of my childhood living in suburbs. Yeah. So I'm not a bad boy. Yeah. So it's only, that's why the lyrics. There's lyrics in the ones that went viral. Yeah. The ones on my box, Split Out Your Hand. It's funny because it's so it was deliberately slapstick. Yeah. Just talk about shooting men up. Yeah. Not talk about shooting men up. Yeah. I was talking about punching your weed out of your hand when you're trying to smoke it. That's so irritating. Imagine you're trying to smoke. Yeah. Someone punches. That's so. I was thinking like this. I want it to be like slapstick and comedic. Yeah. Way more authentic to myself. Yeah. Than me pretending talking about run through a bando. As punched up with fiends. I can't talk about that stuff. That's not my life. That's fake. I can't do that. But I still wanted to rap. But
that freestyle resonated.
It came from anger. So yeah. I can't talk about, stabbing guys up, but I can definitely talk about just being a bastard. Yeah. And being mean and having anger and creative ways of expressing that anger. Like taking a dump on your car. Like, imagine that. Imagine going to your car and just seeing your poo.
I'm fainting. That's it. I'm fainting. And if I know who it is, I'm going mad. That's it. I'm going mad.
I just wanted to make it just feel fun and silly and just authentic to them, to to M.I.C, to me. Yeah. So it's like, it's not, I can't be a fraud. I can't just lie and just live a life I'm not living through my rap. Yeah.
Yeah, another thing I wanted to ask you about actually is that, what do you think about the whole like grime sets versus like being a musician who just makes songs? Like, do you feel like the grime sets are like still like kind of like, I guess people say it's like you're sharpening your sword, but
sets help me improve as an MC.
Yeah.
But am I emotionally invested in sets? No.
Yeah.
I do sets because I enjoy doing them.
Yeah.
Because I'm often the best on them.
Yeah.
And they're fun and they help you improve.
Yeah.
But these people that be like, I've done mad sets this week, I did mad sets last month, and they have no intention of releasing music. Yeah. That's crazy to me. Like, projects are what have given me a career.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Projects are what have given me.
Yeah.
Like, if I did an amazing set, it will get remembered for a month or two. People will come back to it and be like, that set you did was really good, but it's not going to resonate in the same way. That being said, I find ways with my live performances, always finding new ways to do stuff. So let's see. I might do a set. I might change the formula of sets this year. Last year I did a set. I did a live PA at a cross platform in Birmingham, and I came on stage with a bag. And in the bag was a blanket and a pillow. And I sat up in bed on the stage.
Oh my God,
from my stage bed.
Man was comfy.
And I had an intro. I was like, just like a little ambient piece, whatever. And I just find ways of just making stuff fun, making stuff weird, making it, out of the box. So I'm gonna think of a way to make grime sets crazier. Like, to be honest, we've been doing crazy sets. We've been doing crazy sets. With Pika Rapper, with Oblig, with we've been doing mad sets. I've been doing like sets that aren't typical sets, Yeah. We've set the sets up on Cheryl, where she's playing footwork.
Yeah. I went to. Did you go to the Keep Hush with Cheryl and Forzia? Did a back to back?
No.
Yeah, that one was mad
I
still.
didn't go to that one.
Yeah.
It was the one. It was the one. The one I'm referring to was the one with Conair.
Okay,
All
yeah.
these football guys, and they had me and Cheryl.
Sick.
And it's like this is.
Oh yeah, I saw that lineup actually. Yeah.
We've been doing this whole experimental shit on sets.
Yeah, and I feel like Cheryl's like one of the main people in the scene now, like doing her thing.
Cheryl's
Yeah.
killing it right now.
Yeah.
Killing it. Absolutely killing it. How
Yeah.
did she get handed gifts by Virgil Abloh personally?
Mad.
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 The best.
You know, she's doing her thing,
She's a
fam.
flipping boss. All the six-figure gang.
Yeah, they're all doing their thing, and it's like, yeah, we've got to have representation in the scene. There's got to be a shake-up. There's got to be a thing where it's like, nah, like, I see myself in this person.
Yeah.
It can't just be,
Same
man,
old
them in the...
I got your jaw.
Yeah.
Like, it's just... I
I
can't...
got
Yeah.
a question for
Yeah.
both of you.
Hit me.
Don't you feel like the real is on the rise though? In some kind of way?
Yeah,
Don't you
I was
feel
gonna say that still.
in some of the stuff you're getting from some of your artists you
Yeah.
follow, some coincidences happening, some correlations between what's going on in your personal life, what's going on from someone you don't even know personally but you respect, and you see there's some kind of connection going on there.
I generally don't, but I did feel it a little bit with Jamie when he did the podcast with Chucky.
Yeah, that was
And he
good.
talking about social media, because I've been trying to cut down my social media use. for the
You
last-
know the maddest thing, you know, like it hasn't happened in the UK, but I know in America, certain people on Instagram, you can't see the amount of likes in it.
It's happened to me on one of my accounts.
Oh, mad. Okay.
Not
Yeah, I've
me,
heard this happen to some people in the UK. Yeah.
and it's just not helpful because it still shows you thousands of. If you got like a massive following on Instagram,
Yeah.
it will still show you that like 1,000 people.
It's just not exact. It's just not the exact
Yeah,
number,
so
basically.
it's like,
Okay.
there's no point in you doing
Yeah.
that, was it? So you should just remove all numbers.
Yeah.
But anyway, I thought that when Jamie was talking about this whole social media thing
Yeah.
and how he wants to live outside of social media,
Yeah.
live in the real world, that really resonated.
Yeah.
But
Because he don't have Instagram or Twitter, I don't think.
he has Twitter again. He's a little bit, but he doesn't have Instagram.
Yeah.
And it's a thing where I don't know. I related to that a lot. But generally, I try and I don't really want to have much. I don't really want to be able to relate to the big people. You know,
Not necessarily the big
not,
people.
not even relate, but how do I explain it? I want to be on. I don't know. How do I even verbalize what I'm trying to say? It's a thing where not even just the big people. I don't know. I'm trying to like change my life
Yeah.
right now, and I don't just mean through doing well in music, in all senses. The way I live, I just want it to be different now. I'm like doing a lot of things to stay centered and focused, especially on the come up of doing well in music.
Yeah.
So I'm right now. I can't even digest what's happening. I'm just trying to do. I can't really verbalize everything on the microphone.
Yeah. But you know what? I've seen like throughout the last year, you've been on quite a few lists. So it's obviously like
Yeah.
the quote unquote powers that be are starting to notice, innit? Like,
Yeah. Obviously,
yeah. Big up, man.
One.
Yeah.
I made a film one.
I saw you in the. Is it Enemy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On Blonded Radio.
Blonded.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. People like. I do kind of feel like people are starting to notice the raw, because it's like, you know what it is, when there's so much rubbish out there, you're gonna want to find something that's like substantial.
You
So I feel,
crave for it. Man.
Yeah.
You crave for it.
Basically,
Yeah, I think that there's now is a great time for UK music, because even though people are very like, you get some people like the guys I mentioned before who had the very linear view of like UK rap, and he wasn't feeling anyone on that list. I wanted like in easy to fit category.
yeah,
It's also a thing where like if you actually look at a variety, it's mad.
yeah,
It's mad now. You get someone like Wise Tech, you know.
yeah. His last take was good,
You
by
got
the
someone
way.
like Kibo.
Yeah, Kibo's a mad guy.
You got someone like Skepta.
Yeah,
You got someone like OFB. All the guys in OFB.
yeah,
You got Sam Wise. You got Window Kid.
Yeah.
You got Fly Higher.
Yeah, there's a range.
Do you know about T Zandos?
The name sounds
Please tell me
familiar.
about T Zandos.
Oh yeah, she's the female
Oh,
rapper.
Joe.
Yeah,
She's so cold.
yeah. She's cold. Yeah,
She's so cold.
yeah.
Like,
She's
actually
part of
amazing.
like the whole like Lewisham kind of.
She's actually
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, no,
Like,
she's good.
I would say she has the best clarity of any person I've heard in drill.
I feel like someone actually that I want to big up is she's called Bex,
Okay.
and I've also she was on Mixtape Madness, that Next Up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so she's like, I don't want to compare them because they're female MCs, but she's kind of in that same lane, rapping about like quote unquote road stuff. But like, she's really good as well. To be fair, yeah.
You got like people like Scooty.
Yeah, she's cold as well.
You've got someone like Nate Smalls.
Yeah.
There's so much variety.
There's a lot now. Yeah.
Trust.
You got this. How can you be bored? And you got someone. You got like the Slow Tide. You got the Black Josh.
Yeah.
And you've got someone like Shadow. You got Mez.
Yeah.
There's so much you can listen to. There's so much variety. It's the best time for UK black music.
No, 100.
UK rap and grime and drill. Everything it's looking amazing. It's looking. The J Hustle album released just now, and it's one of the best albums I've heard.
Yeah, the album's sick.
Really, one of the best UK rap albums I've heard. Definitely.
I've had the advertisement on the Parliament as well.
Yeah, that looks mad. Like
I didn't even want to get into us.
Fam, get into it, man. Okay, we're in the last 5 minutes, but we might as well go deep, man.
Yeah.
Like, why not?
Let's go for it.
Yeah,
Why not? Like, yeah, with Huss, I've been seeing like, okay, these are my theories of Huss. Like, I feel like it was leaked on WhatsApp before.
Yeah.
I feel like it was done purposely, in my opinion.
Of course.
Yeah.
All of it is done.
Yeah.
Even his Twitter presence.
Yeah, I
All
feel.
of it.
Yeah, it's all marketing.
Yeah.
It's even bigger than marketing. I feel like with him, he got some kind of plan that he's just letting you know he has it, and then it's like the blur. You don't know which direction he's really gonna go, but you just know this guy heading somewhere. Like definitely, there's nothing that's gonna stop him from getting there. Like
I love Big Conspiracy.
Yeah. It's in the last year, it's been my favorite album. Like, as in like 365 days, 100. And like the thing, he said something mad actually. So I was on Twitter, and he was talking about Apple products. I don't know if you saw it, but he was saying that obviously, in this day and age, everyone's addicted to the iPhone, iPad, iMacs, and he was saying like I knew this before innit, but the main apparently like it's a mineral that's in Africa, but one of the main components of like your phone, laptop, called
Tantalite.
coltan. It's called coltan, but that might be another one. But it's like included in everything, innit?
Yeah.
So obviously that comes from like the ground in Africa. I think the main source of it is in the Congo. So we're saying like the main reason we're addicted to the phones, the laptops, is because he's saying obviously like George and Black Magic that comes from the soil and that, and he was saying boom, like the quota and the minerals that in the phones we're using. It's like it's got the George that's keeping us in trance. That's what he was saying.
The whole temporary intensifies. The whole temporary intensifies. I'm not going to disagree or agree.
But I feel like that's his whole sentiment on Twitter. Yeah, he's been going mad.
He's high-tipping mad.
He's onto something.
Yeah,
but listen.
Yeah.
He's vegan, I rate it.
He's vegan as well.
I believe so, yeah.
Mad.
I rate that for the very least.
He's just different. Like,
yeah.
He's a black guy from the quote unquote hood, but he's just like, he's not afraid to sing to the gal them. He's not afraid. That's what I feel like with Huss.
Like he's afraid of nothing.
Yeah, I feel like when
real.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very fearless. Very fearless.
But to wrap up, what kind of like just in that essence of like freedom or like just doing what you want to do, like what's your whole aim for like 2020, would you say?
Well, to make music.
You say you want to change as a person. you have some kind of like
Plan.
set
I'm going to a therapist.
goal.
Been going to
Sick.
a therapist for the last few months.
Sick. That's big,
You know,
man.
it's all fun and games writing songs about how you feel,
Yeah.
but actually sometimes you just need medical assistance.
Yeah, sometimes.
Man said it straight. Man said it straight.
There's only so much venting you can do on songs. Aside, so I want to make music. I want it to be very, very exciting and very experimental. I
Yeah.
want to listen to as much music as possible, and I want to keep doing shows, but I want it to be crazier and more wild and
Yeah.
more fun and immersive every time.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, crazy shows. And not just crazy just as energy. I mean like inventive shows, show concepts, amazing music, and more refinement of myself. But yeah, Dust Runner season is definitely here, but you just need to just wait because it will make a lot of sense as to why. Is there a speaker in this room?
Well, we've got decks here.
Is it? Oh, really?
We've got decks, yeah.
There is speakers because I remember G said.
Yeah.
I'm just
There
telling
must
you,
be.
this podcast,
Yeah.
like, look,
Oh yeah, look,
Over
yeah,
here.
yeah.
But listen,
Over here, that's the.
you're not even gonna hear it. I'm just letting you know.
It's coming.
You're not even gonna hear anything. It's a shame. It's a shame because you want to hear, but it's too soon. Maybe April. It's too soon.
Alright.
Maybe
But-
April.
But yeah, what I'm gonna say to wrap up, obviously, big up M.I.C for coming
There you
on.
go, man.
First,
Respect.
second guest, and first ever guest. So like proper big up, and like we definitely, obviously, you heard Raf talk about the Heaven is Black project. Definitely mess with your stuff,
Thank you.
and like just your whole ethos of just channeling yourself through your music. That's a very important thing because a lot of people are just scared to be themselves. Like sometimes it's a scary thing. So that's definitely big up on that.
Thank you. Aside from thank you for both of you for talking to me, the last
Yeah.
thing I will say is that if as a black person, when you're yourself, in
Yeah,
music and or in the arts,
yeah,
you're doing it for the niggas.
yeah,
You don't even know you're doing it.
yeah,
But it's good. So
Yeah.
everyone must do it.
yeah.
You're doing it for the niggas, man.
Trust me.
I do it for
100.
the
Remember
niggas.
that.
Only
Remember
the
that.
niggas.
Remember
100.
that.
But yeah, man, do you do it for the
For the
man
niggas,
them,
For the man, them, man.
for the niggas as M.I.C is
Niggas
calling
I
it.
don't- even the niggas I don't like. I do it for the niggas, man.
All of them.
But only the actual niggas, though.
Yeah, big up.
So thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Thank you.
I think probably.